Hey, what's going on everybody? Dallas again with Chaos Fragrances. Today we're back with another fragrance review. This time we're going to be taking a look at a scent from Hollister. I haven't reviewed any Hollister fragrances on my channel, but I have been wanting to check some out because they have been releasing a few new fragrances here lately. I think they're trying to really step up their fragrance game. When I was doing my research for a while, they weren't really releasing that many new scents, but here within the past couple years they've been releasing some new fragrances and some flankers, and I have the newest flanker in their Hollister Wave series. This one is called Hollister Free Wave. So in this review I'm going to tell you how this fragrance smells, how it performs, when you can wear it, and things like that. So if that sounds interesting to you, let's go and get started. So when I first spray this fragrance on, in the opening what I get is some lime and ginger. That's what I get right away, and to be honest with you, to my nose anyways, it comes across a little bit unpleasant. For me personally, lime can be a bit of a hit or miss when it comes to smelling it in fragrances. There are some fragrances where I really love the smell of lime. In general, I do like lime as a note, but I have found that certain fragrances don't seem to utilize it the best, at least not to me, and it can come across smelling just off-putting. And in this case here, I think part of the reason is it's mixing with the ginger, and that just comes across a little bit weird to my nose. Keep in mind that is only right in the opening though. That's when I first spray it on. Once it starts to work into the dry down, it does start to smooth out a little bit. It does get a little bit better, but I just wanted to let you know what it smells like to me when I first spray it on, because if you experience the same thing, because for me personally, when I first sprayed it on, I wanted to scrub it off my skin. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna write this one off. I don't really like it. But after I gave it some more time, it does start to get better. So that's just kind of a fair warning for any of you out there who do plan on trying this one. When you spray it on for the first time, give it some time to settle down on your skin. As it starts to work farther into the dry down, I get a little bit of a woodiness mixing with some spice. So there's that lime, citrus, and there's a little bit of a spiciness from the ginger, some pepper, and a nice woody backbone. If you look on Fragrantica, the main note for this fragrance is actually algae. And that's part of the reason why I picked it up, is because I was curious because I saw that note. And if you actually look on the Fragrantica page for that note, there's like no information about it at all. So to be honest with you, I have no idea what algae actually smells like, because like I said, I couldn't read up on it or anything. And to be honest, I don't know if I really pick up on it in this fragrance. But what I can tell you though, I do get the lime, I do get the ginger, and I get a nice woody backbone as well. In the dry down, that slight off-putting smell that it has is still somewhat present, but not as much in the opening. The lime isn't the most authentic smelling lime that I've smelled in fragrances before. That's to be expected for like a $20 fragrance from Hollister. I'm not expecting it to be super high quality and come across very authentic. If you're used to smelling niche fragrances, you're probably going to be off-put by this one a little bit. For me, Virgin Island Water by Creed has an amazing lime note in it. It actually smells like you're cutting into a lime. Very authentic, it smells great. This fragrance though, not quite on that same level. It is synthetic. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. There's nothing wrong with fragrances being synthetic, because a lot of them are, but there's a difference between a fragrance being made up of synthetic ingredients and actually smelling like it is synthetic. In this case here, it does come across synthetic. It comes across a little bit scratchy, and the quality doesn't really scream out to me. I also pick up on some driftwood, which gives it a little bit of a musky quality in the dry down. So overall, it's a nice citrusy and woody fragrance. So you have citrus, you have woods. This isn't anything new. It's nothing groundbreaking. It's about what you would expect from Hollister. It does have just a little bit of a marine quality to it, but not a lot. I would not say that this is an aquatic fragrance, and I wouldn't say that this is a marine fragrance, but there is a little bit of that touch to it. Ambergris is listed as a note. It's going to be ambroxan though if it is in there, and maybe that's what I'm picking up on, which is leading to a little bit of that marine quality. But like I said, it's nothing over the top, somewhat present, but not very much. The farther you get into the dry down, the more musky it gets, and the citrus wears off, and you're just left with a nice musky and woody fragrance. So this is about what you would expect from Hollister, in my opinion. Something that's really easy to wear, that's woody, that has a little bit of citrus. That's pretty much what you get here. So when could you wear Hollister Free Wave? This could be a great fragrance to wear just for casual stuff in spring and summertime for younger guys out there. If you are a teenager or you're in your early 20s and you want a cheap fragrance that you can have as a dumb reach to just spray on, definitely more suited for spring and summer in my opinion. But because of that nice woody and musky depth, you could probably wear it all year round. Despite the fragrance being called Hollister Wave or Free Wave, it's not that much of an aquatic scent. Like I said, it is more suited for spring and summer, but realistically you could wear it year round for just about any situation. Not really a formal fragrance though, there would be other ones that I would choose over this one, but you get the idea. Just for about anything else, you could wear this one. Like I said, it's a great dumb reach scent for those younger guys out there who don't want to spend a lot of money on something. You just want something that's solid that will get the job done. You can check this one out. I also want to mention that I have been increasing the stock over on my website, chaosfragrances.com. I'm adding more fragrances every day from brands like Versace, Prada, Dior, so on and so forth, all designer brands. They're all 100% authentic, brand new fragrances. They're all sealed and everything. My goal is to be as competitive as possible with a lot of the other discounters like Fragrance Net, Fragrance X, and so on, and also trying to offer the fastest shipping possible. A lot of my customers have been receiving their package within 2 to 3 business days. That's really quick, and that's with the standard shipping option. If you spend $135 or more, you get free shipping. If you spend under that, it's $6.95. But even at the slowest shipping option that I offer, they're still getting their stuff in 2 to 3 days. Also, if you head on over to the website, there will be a pop-up box that comes up. If you enter your email, you get 5% off your first order, so definitely check that out as well. I don't have that many discount codes going right now just because I am trying to keep the prices as competitive as possible, so the margins are very small. If I discount it too much, then I'll just be losing money. Performance on Hollister Free Wave is pretty solid. Longevity wise, I get about 7 hours, so that's enough to make it through your average school day or work day for the most part. It gets the job done. Projection wise, it does sit a little bit closer to the skin. Within the first hour or two, it makes itself known just a little bit, not too much, but after that, it does start to turn into more of a skin scent. So overall performance, I would rate it as just about average. Longevity is better than what I was expecting. I was expecting it to be gone within maybe a few hours, like 3 or 4 or 5 hours, just because typically when you're in that $20 price range for fragrances, performance usually is not going to be that good. But this one impressed me. It does last longer than what I was expecting. And it is cheap enough that if you do want it to last longer or you do want it to project more, you can just do more sprays. For my testings, I was doing about 2 to 3 sprays each time I wore it, and that was enough for me. Talking about compliment factor on this one, my girlfriend did like this one right off the bat when I first got this in, and she tried it out, so that's a plus. So will it be something that will garner you compliments? Yes, it will. It does smell pleasant. It does smell nice. In my opinion though, I do think that there are better compliment getters out there, especially for the same price range. You can check out some of my other reviews I've been doing lately on cheaper fragrances that will probably do a little bit better than this one. With that being said though, it is still going to be a good compliment getter. I don't think too many people are going to dislike this. I think there may be some people that will be off-put by that lime ginger combination in the opening like I was, but for the most part, people will like it. I also want to mention that this doesn't smell as young and playful as I thought it was going to. Since it was a Hollister fragrance, I was expecting it to be very young, very teenager smelling, just smells very generic. But to be honest, this does have a little bit of a mature touch to it. I think it's that ginger in there of an older, mature smell to it. Still doesn't fully smell like a mature fragrance by any means, but it does smell a little bit more grown up than typically what Hollister fragrances would smell like. I've already kind of mentioned the price, but I'll touch on it again. You can pick this up for around $20 off of eBay, which is a good price. It's a 100 ml bottle. That's pretty solid. So my final thoughts on Hollister Free Wave. I like it. Is it my favorite fragrance? No, it's not. This probably doesn't even make it in my top 3 or top 5 of all the cheap fragrances I've been picking up and reviewing lately. But I still do think it's a nice one. I think for a lot of people out there, it's going to be one that they're really going to like. And for others, I think they'll think it's just okay. So if you've tried Hollister Free Wave, let me know what you think of it down below. I'm also going to be covering some more Hollister fragrances as I get my hands on them. If you guys want to see any specific ones talked about, let me know down below. And that's going to do it, guys. So if you enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like. Also, don't forget to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you don't miss when I post. And that's it for me, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. Hello?